Hello, 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 everyone. I love this chat. Mark, good to see you. You guys are already blowing it up. It's so great to see everybody in here. Welcome if you are new. I love always seeing my family. This is why I do this. If you are new here, welcome to the amazing Outpost Gray YouTube show where we go live every Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. And I am you guys see my cat back there? He's going wild, by the way. He was just like jumping on all of the chairs. He might freak out in just a minute, just prepared. But I just realized I forgot to turn off the lights in the background. So we're just going to disco it out too. But anyway, welcome to the show. This is the Outpost Gray Show every Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your host, me right here, Jack Scott, goes live. And I have the privilege of talking with some amazing individuals within cybersecurity, technology, and innovation. And today is nothing short but amazing. I'm so excited. I'll tell you a little bit about the guest here in just a minute, but really quick, some admin notes. Anybody that's been here before, you know I go live every Thursday. You also know I carry a pretty heavy workload, and I used to have a brand that was in collaboration with Grant Thornton. Knowing that we just recently got acquired, Grant Thornton did a portion of us, and we moved over to another company. And so I am looking at rebranding strictly to Outpost Gray. But as I go through this process, and because I have so much on my plate right now with full-time graduate school and everything, I have made the best decision for myself to put a pause to my live streams. So after next week, I will be going live with Nice and NIST to do how to break into cybersecurity. And that's going to be it for a little while. I'm not going to go live, but I will be still doing my CyberFed news. If you're not aware of that, that drops every Friday, 9 a.m. And it is a roundup of what is happening in the federal space, specifically for cybersecurity. And I've got to give a big shout out to James Driscoll that's in chat. He's one of the content creators for Outpost Gray. And I literally could not do that show without you. So thank you so much. And also, James, I've noticed how much activity you've been doing on your own LinkedIn page. And I've got to say, man, seriously, quality work. So keep putting out the content on your page. I am loving it. I saw you step it up after you did the YouTube with the Warrior Studio. So seriously, good stuff over there. But without further ado, let me tell you guys about what's going to be happening next week, and then we're going to get our guest on here. So if you're not tracking it, next week, I am so privileged to be working with the National Institute of Cybersecurity and Education, and I'm going to be doing a talk, an hour long, maybe longer, depending on Q&A. I'm going to be talking about breaking into the industry. It's going to be a little different than these regular live streams because I'm going to actually have a presentation. I'm going to show you a career map using college education versus hands-on versus certificate. So it's going to be a really awesome session. Really excited about doing this. Gerald Ogier actually made the recommendation to Nice for me to do this because he's done it before. So big thanks to him. So I'm really excited. Tell everybody about this. Love if you guys would share it out. I'd love to get some more people in the community to help them break into the industry because I think that there's going to be some really good content in there. So definitely I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. And then another friendly reminder, CyberFed news. This will be dropping tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Don't want to miss it. Super short and sweet, typically 7 minutes or less. All right, so let's talk about our guest who's actually up in the YouTube chat right now. Mark, good to see you. Saw you peeping in. Shane, nice to see you. So who we haven't coming on the show? Look at that beautiful, lovely blonde locks. I'm jealous of her hair, I'm not going to lie. But if you guys don't know Kimberly McKnight, you need to know Kimberly McKnight. I'm going to be dropping her LinkedIn in there. She is the founder of Cybersecurity Central. I feel like I've known her for a lifetime. Pretty sure it's only been a year and a half. I don't know, maybe 2. She's going to share how we met. And I'm also going to have her share how she broke into the industry with not having any experience at all. We're also going to talk about what she's doing right now today, not just with Cybersecurity Central, but where she is located because she is currently at the Wild West Hackin Fest in Deadwood. If you guys aren't tracking that, that is a really cool event. So we're going to talk all about that. But without further ado, because I'm ready to stop talking and get our guest on here, you guys put a virtual round of applause for our guest, Kimberly McKnight. Boop, boop. Yay!
Woo! Hey, love that intro. Thank you so
I,
much.
of course, I love you, and I love that hoodie.
Oh,
You like zip up.
yes.
You've got like a change of clothes because you got something cool under the hoodie, of
I
course.
do. I do. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
actually official Black Hills InfoSec gear right here.
Mhm.
So they sell all that great stuff on their site. So they're selling them here at the conference too, but I bought mine a while back because I love all that stuff. I'm a fangirl. So
And why are you a fangirl? You could tell a little bit. Like, how did
yeah,
that? Yeah,
for
it's a
sure.
great
So
segue.
yeah, I have well, I have three younger brothers, but the one in the middle is actually in cybersecurity. So he started maybe 7 or 8 years ago now. Came out of the Air Force, did kind of the traditional route, went SOC and all, and he discovered he's actually in DevSecOps now. So he worked his way, all the way through to that side. But he introduced me to Black Hills and told me about some of their pay what you can trainings that they had. Just told me about John Strand, how much he was, loved him and was obsessed with everything that he did. So that was really the first company that I started following as far as with the training. Really just getting into their Discord. Again, I'm not a huge Discord person, but coming into tech, I've kind of learned, let me find those places that I really, the companies and things that I really enjoy and that I'm really into. So yeah, but they're great. I've taken actually just a few weeks back, they had the intro to security course, and they have another one coming up, which will be in the This Week in Cybersecurity coming up this Monday. Following week, they actually have another one, which is good for people new to security, and it goes over MITRE ATT&CK.
Oh,
And
I
some
love
other
my
great stuff that he puts in there. But yeah, he's really down to earth, the way he explains things. And he's a SANS instructor, a former SANS instructor. I mean, really, really well versed and fully tons of knowledge. But the way that he explains things is really easy, to understand. So I think that's one of the reasons why they have become so popular, and people have they've been around for over a decade. But I'd say maybe the past maybe 4 or 5 years or so, I think I've seen it pick up even a little bit more. And yeah, it's great. So I think they have a little under 1,000 people here at the conference. So
That is
yeah.
awesome. I love those small, intimate conferences. They're so,
Hmm.
like, I love RSAs too, but I feel like you can do so much more at these conferences as far as networking and
Yes,
building your community, because that's what cybersecurity really is. It's a community, and you
for
joined
sure.
the community like recently, like breaking in, but you
Yes.
founded Cybersecurity Central. I want to say it's been about a year. Is that right?
It
Since you
has.
founded
It has. I
that?
didn't do a celebration or anything like that. I couldn't remember what the official date was that we did it, but yeah, it is. It's been a little over a year now. Started it out when I first started out. Kind of had the idea of just all of the research I had been doing for the past year and a half, finding all these different resources. And as we know, there's tons of ways to find resources online. I mean, you just do a quick Google search and you'll find tons of stuff. But I think for my own personal experience, finding the things that were quality, materials, things that were engaging, coming especially from another industry, from hospitality, was where I spent, probably the last decade or so, even more of my life was in that field. And coming over from that side of things, it was just a little more of the visual piece, a little bit more of just things to kind of help you stay in tune with what's going on. Again, not being a very techie person, having that base and understanding of things. So I found just different resources, things like Black Hills InfoSec. They have pay what you can training. Not all of the courses, but a nice bulk. I think probably about 10 courses or so that they have. So you can do anywhere from $0 if you're a student, or if you just don't have the money or the income to be able to afford it, then you're able to do that. You just email them, let them know, and you'll get in for free to those trainings. So I did that in the beginning when I was a student, took 1 or 2 courses there. And then I've taken more that I've just kind of repeated. I took again, let me just kind of absorb the information again, and paid for them. So it's really great. As we know, Gerald Ozier, our friend, Dr. Ozier of Simply Cyber. So he has his course with GRC that's out. And he recently linked with TCM Security. So it's also available there. But things like that, affordable trainings that from either people that I know or people that I know of, like you and Gerald, that are doing things that I could kind of vouch for in a way, so not
Yeah.
just picking things that I've found on the computer, on that people are doing on all their GitHub pages, and they have 1,000 links of all these different resources. I'm not really looking to be that. It was more to really put things that you could count on somebody saying, I've taken this myself, or I've watched these YouTube channels and I really appreciate the content. I think it's really well done. So that's more of what it is. It's not necessarily a site where you're going to go and find 100,000 different resources, because there's a lot of places you can go to do that. But
Mhm.
yeah, that was really the main focus of it. And I have bigger plans. It is a nonprofit. And the reason why I did that is I want to get involved in, I think, even some workforce training here in the future. I'm really trying to get people to come over from different careers, and even Second Chances has a special place for me in my heart. And I think there's a lot that we can do within that realm. So that's some of the things I'm looking at doing in the future with Cybersecurity Central. But right now was really just kind of getting connected with the community, networking with everybody, getting a name kind of established and a little bit of a brand. So that's where we are right at the moment. Hoping to maybe make some classes and things like that, but you can find our presence on social media. So we have LinkedIn is really the main place that we do most of Cybersecurity Central. And I say we, as in I have a couple of volunteers that have come on board. Really amazing. I have James Driscoll, who Jax also mentioned. So he's working with Outpost Gray and then also with us over at Cybersecurity Central. He does our blogs. So every Wednesday, we started a blog by CC, and we'll show you that on the website here. And then another person named Eula Chua, who's actually from Canada, and she is another volunteer. So it's great, I think, having insights from both of them to be able to share, what they're working on, things that they're learning about with an audience that's a little bit maybe broader than what it would be if they were just doing things like that on their own. So
here's some of the photos.
That was my brother, by the way, that first one. Yeah, that's my brother inside.
I was wondering who that was right here.
That's him. Yeah, looking all kind of crazy there.
The height or something. Good golly. How tall is he?
He's 6'4" or 6'5". Yeah, he's tall.
Wow.
Tall boy.
How fun is this?
And that's Deb. She's one of the great employees at Black Hills InfoSec. So she's awesome. Who else did we have in here? It's me and Deb.
Look who that is.
Yeah, we caught each other on the plane, actually on the connecting flight from Charlotte to here. So that was a lot of fun. Took the shuttle over.
That's funny because he sent me a selfie on his angle and you sent me a selfie on your angle. Yes. funny. Yeah.
Pretty good. And that's Philip Wiley.
Yeah, I love Philip.
We love Philip. Philip's great. If you guys haven't heard of him, he's the Hacker Factory is his podcast. Yep. He has the Pen Tester's Handbook. So really a lot of great stuff you'll find on him if you just Google Philip Wiley. He's amazing. Definitely follow him.
Very much amazing. Yeah.
And this is Carrie, actually. She was just hired with TCM Academy, and I saw her post maybe 2 weeks ago or so online, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. I think she just started LinkedIn too. I mean, she really had hardly any followers, and it's blown up since I've seen her do her post. I think there was over 1,000 people that commented, congratulations, and we're so excited for her. They had a picture posted. I think if you go look at TCM Academy too, they all actually got together as a group and went to Mount Rushmore, which is maybe about an hour away from here. Yeah, and took some pictures and stuff. So that was really cool to meet her. She's one of their newest employees.
Oh, I love that. I'll try to get on their cars. Let's see who else.
Yeah, it's Carrie with a K.
Oh, look who that guy is.
We know who that is.
Good old Josh. Is he wearing a pink shirt?
It's purple. I want to say maybe it's a purple team shirt or something like that. Yeah. But he was up there talking about SimSpace. So that's his new company that he's working for. I think maybe doing, I don't know if it's sales or not, but yeah.
And there was one more. Hold on, I want to bring this back up because I didn't get all the photos in here. And I thought one of these was amazing. This is it right here. Look at that. Look at that.
That's one of my favorites, right? So yeah, he came around the corner and we were actually, so my brother and I were talking to someone that he knew. So he stopped and talked to him. And then I was like, oh, John, I have a present for you. So I had some shirts made with this little new logo thing that I did. So I bought one for Philip, one for Josh, one for John. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It worked out perfectly. He was right there. So, and he was great. He said, if you have things, we love, all the resources. So definitely, let me know if you have things and I'm happy to help you share and all of that. So yeah, great guy. But that's the owner of Black Hills InfoSec. Yeah.
Yeah. And then look at all these individuals. So fun. This is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a morning session.
Like it's like environment.
It is. Yeah. It's, I think, there's even standing. I mean, a lot of people are even standing, in the back and stuff too. So yeah, it's pretty packed out here for sure.
How is Deadwood? How is that town out there?
Deadwood. Oh, it's really unique. I mean, really like a Westernish, old Western style movie. They have the Main Street, which everything is listed, everything is off of Main Street, tons of little bars, little kitschy places. There's like a woodworking thing, those, I guess, wood pieces maybe people put outside their house and stuff, and all carved and all of these different things. Yeah, really cool. Wagon wheels and things like that kind of scattered around. So definitely a cool Western type atmosphere. And they host Sturgis here. I'm not a big person into that, but if motorcycles and Sturgis, I think that's around here too. So they have some events that they have.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I guess Sturgis is over there. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do a quick pivot back to some questions that I have over here I want to chat with you about. So breaking into the industry. It is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and a lot of the data people are putting out right now is like, don't click on phishing and say something. If you see something, say something. I want to kind of pivot a little bit because I know we've got individuals in chat right now that they themselves are trying to break into the industry, and you did it successfully. So I'm curious, like, going to be kind of a twofold question here, but how did you get involved with the industry? What were kind of some of your steps, some of your takeaways that got you involved with the industry, from knowing nothing at all to now being able to work in the industry? And what advice would you give to individuals on here?
For sure. So I would say the number one thing, and you probably will hear it from a lot of other people too, and it sounds really redundant and repetitive. I think a lot of people ignore it because it's so redundant and repetitive. But once you experience it, you'll realize what the value is, and it's networking. Networking. And the way that I started that was I was able to like with your situation, for instance. So I started attending Simply Cyber. I became a part of that community. Things that he would talk about, I would then go and research. So I'm definitely a huge researcher at heart. I can get very layered and go into rabbit holes and all that stuff too. But when I find something like that, I usually will go down and figure out what that person came from, and then who do they work for, and what's that company like, and what do they do, and really try to find out about people like that. And then I would just reach out. I'd listen to a lot of podcasts. So I would hear people like Savannah Lazara, I think from Red Team Village, and I think, Gina Yacone, some women, that are out in the industry, as well as men, and I would hear them, listen to them. I'm like, wow, that's a fascinating story. They came over from marketing or whatever their experience might have been and how they transitioned into the industry. So I'd really just reach out, kind of do a LinkedIn message, let them know I saw this podcast. I thought you did a great job. It's really cool that you came from X and now you're at Z, and, would love to connect with you at some point. Definitely never high pressure. I always kind of leave it open to that person, as to when that could happen. Not like, can we meet tomorrow or what are those things, but just really a little more, just kind of introducing myself, kind of leaving it in their court for a minute to kind of see how they might react to that. Some people are really busy, so you have to understand that you may not hear back right away. But that was really the start of it, I think, was reaching out to people like that and then being able to connect with them on a little bit of a deeper level, find out some more information. And once you have those connections, really, they'll connect you with others, and those connections will then, open new connections. So that's really how my whole network has unfolded. But it started by doing that. That was really where it was at. My brother, like I said, was already in the industry, and he told me about Black Hills InfoSec, but he was already at a whole nother level. So he was more of the resources, like, here's some labs you can do, or here are some ranges and things like that. But as far as discovering people in the industry, he didn't know any, so it was something that I just really went out on my own and, kind of was just selling myself really, and trying to just network with people and see how I could help them is also another piece of that. As of course, as I reached out for you, you had a real busy time going on, but I think I found it was 2 podcasts maybe that I listened to, and I was like, wow, this is just amazing. I couldn't get over your background and all the different things you did, and are still doing, in the Army and the reserves and all of that, cyber intel, cyber ops. So I felt, oh my gosh, totally just lost that. Sorry, somebody's right in front of me there, but
No, you were talking about how you reached out to me and connected with me.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes. So I reached out. I saw that you were building your brand, rebranding, at that time. And I said, you know what, I was helping people with banners. So I love Canva. I've been using it for years. I've never been an official, graphic designer or anything like that. But I started just helping people, especially the military community, which I have a real support for. My brother was in the Air Force. My grandfather was in the military. I have a niece that just joined the Army, so she's in boot camp now as we speak. So that's a real close to my heart. So I would find people that I knew and reach out to them and just say, hey, I noticed maybe your banner, you don't have a banner on LinkedIn, or could I help you with that? I do some of these, and I had my banner done at the time with, like, I think I was doing NKOTB. For those of you who may be too young, it's New Kid on the Block, or New Kids on the Block, the group. And I was like cybersecurity, NKOTB, and, new to, the new person in town, that kind of thing. So I used what I had already and then just asked people how I could help them, and really catered it to what they were looking for. And of course, there's no charge for it. It was just really a way for me to connect and build some relationships. And it got kind of big. I did it for multiple people. And that's where I said I reached out to you and was like, hey, if I can help you with anything, maybe you have a YouTube you want to build out or anything like that, just let me know where you are in the process, what types of things you might, where you think I could help you. And, at the time you were extremely busy, had a lot going on. You definitely responded and said, hey, this sounds great. I'll get back with you, when we can have some time to do this. And really, it's been built out, as you know, since then. I love helping with things, and So that was really just one instance of how I did that. But I think it's really important to step out and make sure that you are
Yeah.
trying to at least make those connections, and don't take it to heart if somebody doesn't again respond right away. I know I'm even like that. I try to keep up with my messages, but they really get out of control sometimes. So it may seem like I'm ignoring. It's just that I haven't been able to get in there or knock things down. So, always keep that in mind when you are trying to connect with others. It's not that they don't want to connect with you. It's just that a lot of us are busy. Things, we all have stuff going on. So.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to follow up. But if somebody, there's been times I can tell you that sometimes I will follow up and it'll be 2 weeks later. Sometimes I won't even see it. To be even honest with you, I remember I think it was Adam during a live stream a couple weeks ago even called me out. He's like, I sent you a message. I went in there, Kimberly, later in my LinkedIn, and I did a quick scroll to search. I still didn't see it, so I have no and that was me even actually trying to look for his message. So sometimes it's a lot, but follow up with people. But I typically say it's good to follow up, but you want to give them time to respond, especially if you know they're busy. So give them roughly 2 weeks. Give them 2 weeks. Just do a quick follow up. And it can be as simple as, I just wanted to make sure this was at the top of your inbox. I know you're really busy. If you have some time, I'd love to chat with you about X. So yeah, be really intentional. Networking. Well, while you were talking, there were a couple of individuals that were just talking about the networking piece, because that's really, I just put my own message up there. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. So we've got networking here from Jared. Key. Yep, it's definitely key. And then we've got Jordan. Networking is huge. It's intimidating at first, but everyone I've talked to has been so nice.
It can be intimidating. Yeah. Even for somebody like myself who might be labeled as an extrovert, I think I'm kind of in between there, a little bit more of an ambivert, but it can still even be intimidating for me, and I did sales and things like that in the past. So I totally get that. But once you do it, it makes it that much better. So totally agree with that, Jordan.
What would you tell an individual that might be nervous about reaching out or afraid? Somebody told me the other day, I feel like I'm bothering people, but what would you tell them? Because you have to eventually get past that. You have to, and you might bother people, but you're not going to bother everybody. But it's really about you're where you want to go, where you want to take your career. So you have to in a way block that out. So because you're an outgoing person, but did you ever feel intimidated at times? And if so, how did you overcome that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the people that I was reaching out to were way above and beyond, what I was doing. So I think that's a big part of where the intimidation comes from. But I think if you really want to figure out what is it that you're trying to reach out to them for, similar to maybe doing a report or something for school, trying to pinpoint, what did you listen to their podcast? What was it about it? Or did you find an article that they wrote or a blog or something? Find some a subject or a topic, a reason for why you're reaching out, not just like a general, hey, just want to request, let's connect, and expect to have, something flourish out of that, because you're not really bringing anything to the table that allows them to, what makes you different than, A, B, C, D, all the way through Z, all these other people that are inboxing me just saying generic messages. So I'd say have more of a specific targeted message that you're going to reach out to them and give them some value out of it. If you can offer things as well, always do that. What I felt I had to offer at the time was, I was volunteering before this too with Josh Mason last year with Cyber Supply Drop. And I knew that one of the things he needed help with was organization. It was social media too, but he needed some graphics, he needed some organizing, things like that. So I was able to jump in and help him with that. So whatever it is, skills that you may have, even if they're not cybersecurity related, all of those skills that we have, apply to the industry and people that are in the industry itself. There's ways that you can help people do a lot of those things. So I'd say maybe find something that you feel that you can contribute in some kind of way back to them. And I think that's always a great way to start it.
I love that. Yep. I love that technique. I think that's a great way of doing it and going about it. There's going to be fear there, but and it's
oh, for sure.
I'm a big athlete, so we always have a saying, it doesn't get easier, you just get better, so
exactly.
Yeah, comfortable reaching out to a certain level of people. You're going to have to get uncomfortable by going to a conference for the first time, maybe alone, or even if you're not alone, it can still be intimidating. So it all depends.
Sure.
What is your end goal? Where do you want to be? I want to, and you're very much the same, I want to impact the cybersecurity community in such a way that I am going to have to get out of my comfort zone in so many different ways to be able to see that end state the way that I want to see it. Because I really want, I look at, like Simply Cyber and what they're doing and how much he is impacting this space in such a positive way. Well, that didn't happen overnight, and that took a lot of work and stepping out and meeting people. Yeah, it's also about, I think too, important note here is if people will tell if you're not sincere, and if you're just trying to meet people to just get a job, they're going to tell. In this community, I saw it somewhere in the chat, I don't know who said it, might have been George or Jordan or somebody, but like, people are really nice, and if they're not kicked to the curb, there's enough people in this community. You have the power of creating your own community, and I've witnessed you doing that within Cybersecurity Central. Like, you've curated your community. How have you done that? Like, have you done that intentionally, or do you think that it's been a byproduct of like who you are and the energy and the stuff that you put out is just what you're bringing back?
Right. I mean, I think it's a little of both. I'm hoping a little bit more of the latter. So though, I think is really more of what I've noticed. I haven't changed too much of what I've been doing. You know, I wanted to stick and try to be able to bring some, you know, have a cadence to things as I was, you know, putting things out and really try to stick to that. You know, I have the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday posts that we do, and I think it's been maybe twice, you know, that I wasn't able to do them, and I really felt, oh, you know, what am I going to do here? But I think the consistency of, as we've talked before, you know, is really key as well. I mean, if you're going to commit to something, you know, just whether that's one post a week or, you know, the 3 posts a week that I'm doing over on Cybersecurity Central, I think that you really just need to. Sorry, Jax, I'm so sorry. I'm getting distracted out here. Just really need to target those, target exactly what it is you want to do, and then. You know, like I said, building that trust, I think, is a huge thing too. I mean, we're in the security community. So like you said, if you're coming to somebody and you're just doing it to try to get a job, that's one thing. You know, they do say connect with people that are at another company if you want to source and kind of find out what their position's like. You know, that's a different way of making your connections in your community, I think, than versus when you're trying to go out and really get people that you can support and that can also support you, but not just for looking for a job. You know, Gerald actually was the one who got me where I am at my job now. I wasn't even searching for a job at the time, and I was so involved in his community. I reached out and was helping him with marketing like I was with you, and, you know, helping with some of his graphics on his show and things like that. And my boss came to him and was just looking for some people to help with the Discord community at the time. And I met with her, and once she found out about my background and some of the things I could do, she was like, wow, okay, well, forget the Discord thing. How about you just come work for me? And I'd love to have you do marketing for, you know, my tech and cyber company. And that's how I've got involved in that. But I mean, it just fell in my lap because I was trying to really nourish real relationships, you know, again, not just make something fake for purposes of, let me get 5,000 connections. I mean, that's not going to do anything for you. It doesn't matter if you have 50 or 5,000, it's the quality, you know, of the connections that you're making along the way. Not that I know everybody that I'm connected with like that, but I mean, I think it's important that those that you're reaching out to, again, that you have a purpose for that. And know that it's a two-way street. You know, it's not just you giving and the other person. And I know Carrie, I missed it in here, but he made a comment about, oh, all I can offer, you know, is this or that. You can offer support. I mean, you can just seeing somebody, you know, on LinkedIn and they make a post about something. Maybe they're a little down. I mean, that's also things that I would do. I would see people and I'd write encouraging messages, you know, in the comments and letting them know, you know, hey, don't give up, or I went through this, or I failed that, you know, it's okay to take it 3 times, or whatever it might be that their, you know, topic of their post might have been. But that's another great way to engage with people is that's a huge thing. And also, as far as we talked with Stefan, when he was on the show a while back on your show with me talking about LinkedIn branding, that also brings you visibility, you know, so it's being genuine, but at the same time, the comments are kind of what people see when they go to your page and they're looking to see what your actions are and what your activity is. So you don't just want to always have congratulations or great job, or, you know, it's great that you're commenting, but think of somebody going through your activity feed as well. And if that's all they're seeing is that, you know, you want to kind of put some things in there every now and then, but that's a way that you can get back, Carrie, too. I mean, it doesn't have to be a physical thing, like a skill set that you have. It can just be, you know, encouraging to others and supporting them. So,
yeah. God, I love that. So because of your network, and there's a comment in here I want to share really quick, because I felt like this was just really heartfelt from Jordan. Gerald was his first big connection, and it broke his fears a lot having someone like him accept him when he had only single digits in his following. So I think that's super profound. And we all know how amazing Gerald is. And Yeah,
He is. That's such a unique community. I think that's what spurred off with yours, your community as well. I mean, you're
yep,
very interconnected, the two
yeah,
of
we
you
are.
together. So, I mean, it's so unique. It's not something that you typically see in a lot of spaces, which is also, I think, why Black Hills Information Security is doing so well. And it has such a unique organic growth to it, because people, like you said, you know when you're genuine and you know when you're not. Gerald's community, your community, they're very genuine, and you get what you get. It's not like you have to go in there and worry about being harassed or people making
Yep.
fun of your comments and, oh, that's a stupid question. And in tech and security, you can find a lot of that. So I think finding a community, a real good community like that, is when people discover it, they really latch onto it. And that's why we're mega fans, you know what I mean, of your stuff. So yeah,
Mega
we
fans.
love
I
it.
got some mega fans.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Okay.
too.
Yeah, so let's pivot a little bit, but same topic. So we're going to talk a little bit about where you're at today and some things that you're
Okay.
doing. So going back to, because I want to reiterate this to everybody, it's kind of listening. Like Kimberly was talking that she was showing up, she was being intentional, she was supporting different channels, Jerry's, and he was able to introduce her to an individual that helped crack that door. And then Kimberly kicked it open to, you broke into the cybersecurity industry. And now you're extremely active. We've got Cybersecurity Week coming up next week that I'm actually super excited about taking part in. And I'd love if you could share a little bit about what you're doing, because she's, just so everybody knows, she's literally coming back Sunday, and then they've got a huge kickoff happening on Monday. So share a little bit about what's going on next week.
For sure. So the company that I'm with, which is Cat's Eye Play Cyber, they also do cyber games. So the US cyber games, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but we love our marketing and all that. You can go to uscybergames.com to find out more information. But what we have is there is a draft day coming up, and it's going to be on October 17th, the same day that Jax is having her nice NIST talk. And it will pick up in the afternoon. I want to say maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock or so. And we'll have a live stream. So everybody, feel free to go ahead and register for that. And we'll live stream from the site directly. And what's involved in draft day really in US cyber games is there are other organizations out there. I won't necessarily mention while we're talking about this, but there are others out there that you are able to, a lot of it's known as collegiate, so kind of college level students that are in maybe cybersecurity or information assurance, or just interested. You don't even have to be, in those fields. You could just be interested in CTFs is a big part of it. And what we do is we'll have a Team USA, and this is season 2. So just only the second year here, but we had the first year, I want to say maybe there's like 12 to 20 people on a team. And they actually go all around. I mean, they traveled to Greece. They just came back from Greece maybe a couple of months ago to Athens, Greece. They also, that's for the big tournament. It's called the ICC, held over in Greece. And then they also had one, there's maybe 4 different competitions. So we'll do an open CTF, a kickoff as well, which is just for everybody to attend and learn about the athletes and what cyber sports is all about and how that's connected with esports and all. So it's a new concept, I think, relatively new. I know that my boss as well is saying, overseas and looking at some of these other companies, they don't necessarily relate it the same way that we do as far as the education that this brings, to cybersecurity and being able to really develop people to come into the field. A lot of some of the other, I think maybe teams just see it a little bit more as a fun thing to do. They're not necessarily looking at relating it to cybersecurity industry. So that's a big part of what's going on with US cyber games, and what Jess and the team are really trying to do is to get people to understand that relationship between the two and how this can really service the industry for the future, and get people excited, that are coming up and still a little younger to want to come into the industry and really help us. So that's a big part of what it's really all about.
Are you ready? I mean, this is like the event that you guys did at Vegas during Black Hat DEF CON was amazing, super impressive. I mean, I'm looking forward to draft day. So when we talk about like draft day, what does that actually entail? Is it similar to like something you might see on like an athlete football draft day?
Yeah. So actually, if you want to go right there, Jax, go up to the navigate to the events section, and there should be a there you go. Do you see draft day? Boom, perfect. So this is draft. I think we have an agenda on here too, but what we do is kind of get a theme, very similar to maybe like the NFL drafts. The stage is going to be all done. We've got all the marketing materials, printed supplies and all of that. They're ready to go. The event that you were talking about in Vegas was Global Cyber Games, and we use that as one of our practice events. It's also hosted by the same company, but Neil Bridges and Eric Bellardo were our we call them shoutcasters, announcers for the event, and they really make it, they hyped it up, and they have the stage with the lighting. So it's really fun. Again, trying to make it more of an experience for people, not just kind of sitting here tapping it. People have seen CTFs or these challenges. Sometimes you just see people sitting at a table and they're all just kind of hacking away. And, there's a little bit of that going on, but it's definitely trying to bring it up to that sports level and make it exciting for everybody. So we'll go through, they'll have a couple of different talks on there. You can see the program itself. They'll have an exhibit that's going to be going on. Then the draft day, we'll have some speakers. I think
I'm excited.
Dr. Diana Wiley. Yeah, there's going to be some good talks on there too. So kind of, if you don't understand what it is or you just want to learn more about it, it's a great event to attend. It really brings you through the whole process. And then at the end or towards the end, we'll be releasing who the new Team USA will be for season 2, which is going to be really exciting. And we'll get to do the whole season all over again. I think actually the ICC is going to be in the States this year instead of being over in Europe, but yeah, really exciting stuff. So if you guys are not familiar with the cyber games, I would definitely, huge name sponsors. I mean, with Nice NIST are definitely CISA, big sponsors for all this stuff. So
how much is the sponsorship? Do you know?
I think we have different levels of sponsorships. So I think maybe it starts at $5K, and might go up from there depending on the package. And it depends on the event too, right? So if you're doing an event like, just US Cyber Games in general for the whole season, that'll probably be a little bit more than if you're just doing it for a single promo there. But yeah, it's great. A lot of great, like we said, companies and things affiliated.
Cybersecurity Central in here. We need to get Cybersecurity.
Yes, I was going to do. I said, it's okay. I'll wait this time. But yeah, you see, we have Eric Bilardo's in there. I think there's the Racist Cyber, we have Simply Cyber, ITSB Magazine, which you have your podcast through.
Yeah.
Neil Cyber and Security. I mean, all big name stuff going on here. So Jessica Gulick is the owner of the company there, and she's really integrated in the community, been around for quite some time. And I think she actually worked for NICE or NIST in the past too. So yeah, really good stuff. She definitely knows what she's doing, what she's talking about. And I think this is it's really just a matter of trying to get people to catch on, to what's going on. And again, how this can really impact the industry in the future. So but yeah, really.
Let's see. Are you on here now?
No, because those are the sponsors. I'm actually under the separate page under Cat's Eye, but under our company page. Yeah, but show them the Megafans page. Let's show them your page.
Oh, there's
a get done with this too. Yeah, there's a Megafans page. Yeah, where I put all your stuff on there, Jax.
Oh, she does. Let's see. She does the stuff. Did you see me go look for the Megafans?
Yeah, there's a Megafans. So it's under the menu. If you go back.
Oh, wait. Okay, let me go back to that. I was looking at the notes you gave me. Hold on, let me go back. Hold on.
I didn't have it on the notes. Sorry. Yeah, so go to about. I think it might be under about or support. Nope, it's under support.
Okay.
Megafans. Yeah, it's not really a great category. I got to get you guys a new category.
I'm a Megafan. Look at all these. I know Gerald. I know Eric. Neil Bridges. I don't know
Rick Holland. He's real close with it's Digital Shadows with Jess. Yeah, he does some great things too. Ann Johnson with Microsoft. She's awesome. She also has a podcast. Savannah Lazara, one of my favorites. I love her to death. She's with Optiv, a leader over there. I think the only female on the team. Like, she's killing it. She's doing great. She's going to be doing the SANS pen test hack talk coming up, the conference. She'll be doing that. Katie Paxton Fear. And then of course we got Jax here too.
Yeah,
so if you want to. Yeah, and we have all their contacts there. So if you want to reach out, see what everybody's doing and support what they have going on. There's Philip Wiley. Keenan's great. She's the CEO Shadow Byte there. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Some great supporters. Yeah.
I love that you got the lineup of guys. We need to throw a woman up there. You can tell my son.
I know, right? I think we went with alphabetical was what we decided to do, but you're right. Yeah, it definitely is better to have a little mix there. But
that's true. I see it. Yeah, get a little mix in there. Well, this is cool. I love this. I love what you're doing in this space. I mean, God, it's blowing up. I love cyber games. Oh, I was going to ask you. So for anybody that might be wanting to participate, let me go back over here. Because I saw, this is that's a long time for a draft day. So what would your recommendation be if they were going to watch it live or maybe go to the event? Do you think they could just pop in or out? What's your thoughts on
sure. That? Yeah, I would say I always sign up for stuff like whether I know if I'm going to go or not, because 99% of things are going to be recorded or on demand, and they'll send you something afterwards saying, oh, you registered for this, or sorry, you missed it. And then you can catch it at your own time. So I'm sure we'll have it streamed again on the YouTube channel, but I would say go ahead and just sign up for it. Did you drop that in there, Jax, the link for that?
I did. Yep.
There's a registration link. Perfect. So that way, you'll be notified on what we have going on.
Everybody
sure.
needs to come to it.
But yeah,
Okay, so
we
let's
realize
talk
people are busy.
about-
Can't commit the whole day. That's okay.
No, it is a long day. I'm gonna actually go in person because I was invited to be part of like the VIP. I don't even know what that means.
Yay. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so I'm probably going to show up at like 5:30 because it's about networking, and I also want to meet Jessica in person and meet some of the players and athletes, and it'll be a great time. So I'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Yes, because I won't be there in person. I'll be working virtually behind the scenes, helping out with some of that stuff. So yeah, it'll be fun.
I wish you came, but I get it. You're just getting back from this conference, and then literally you would have gotten on a plane like the very next day to be here for Monday.
Yeah.
Hard pass, no way. So let's talk about, because you sent me some notes and you wanted talking about like getting involved, becoming a CSAM champion with National Cybersecurity Alliance. So share a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. So that is something that I did with Cybersecurity Central, and they have it for companies and then even individuals. You know, this is a National Cybersecurity Alliance. They are awesome. If you're looking for just really good resources, staysafeonline.org is their website, and really good stuff. But the direct link that we put in there is going to bring you to the Cybersecurity Awareness Month page. It gives you information on just really what they're doing. I think it talks about CISA, you know, working with them together as well. The See Yourself in Cyber, which we'll talk about too. But this is really a great page you can go to. You can sign up to be a champion. So there's a page with the champions, and you can scroll all the way down and you'll see Cybersecurity Central on there somewhere. But really a great way to be able to get involved yourself. They have a lot of materials that are pre-created for you. So they take all the hard work out of it. If you're not great at graphics and you can't think of what the verbiage for the post might be, really all pre-made, set for you, ready to go. All you have to do is plug and play, put it into your social media that you want. And you can be a champion for cybersecurity awareness and really help others. It is themed. So as you mentioned, I think it was maybe phishing or MFA, then phishing, updating software, and what was the last one? Oh my goodness. Passwords and passwords managers. So
right here, phishing, hacking accounts, multi-factor, online basic.
Yeah, so it's great. I mean, and there's tons of materials. I mean, you can really go deep into it. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. But yeah, just even if you want to do one post a week or something on it and really get involved, it's a good thing to do. And, of course, we need, honestly, cybersecurity awareness year round. But I think this is a great platform for you to get on, especially if you're wanting to get a little bit involved. And it's just a good way for you to show, again, maybe if you're trying to get a job or things like that, people go to your profile and they're able to see, oh, wow, look, she's involved in this. And he or she, whatever it might be, is involved in doing this, which is great. So, but again, I really love Stay Safe Online. They have tons of stuff. So definitely follow them if you're not already. They're on all the socials too. And they have lots of events throughout the year and different things going on that you can do to connect. And then CISA, I think, was the other one. And they are doing See Yourself in Cyber, which is pretty cool too.
I love their graphics since Jen Easterling took over. I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
they've really stepped up their game.
Yeah, no, she's really came to like current times. I like it.
Yep, it's great. And yeah, if you scroll through there, I mean, there's tons of stuff in there. I mean, really, again, they give you everything. They give you the content, the foundation for things, really what their structure and setup is. But you don't have to follow it, by the T. This is not anything where you're signing a contract and you're working for them or anything. Again, just really ways for you to get informed for yourself and then be able to share that with your friends, family, your network. If you don't want to do it on social media, that's fine. You can even do this type of thing with your, again, your friends and family. So yeah.
Oh, and it takes you to the Stay Safe Online.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's an awesome site. Totally. I'm really not just saying that. I really love, really like what they're doing. A lot of good educational resources for people, and it's very easy to read, not hard to understand stuff. So that's another good thing about it. It's easy for laymen to understand what's going on.
I'm putting that in my folder. This is awesome.
Yeah, lots of good stuff in there. So I definitely would highly encourage, go check out those sites. And I'm sure on their Twitter and all their social accounts, they're going to have all of those things posted too on how to get there. So if you don't get to grab it here on the show, definitely make sure that you go check out both of them. And I think the NSA, I left them out too, but the NSA is also doing, National Security Administration is also doing a Cybersecurity Awareness Month promotions too. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So because we've got about 15 more minutes, and I want to talk about what you're doing with Cybersecurity Central and what your big initiatives are. So you've recently, not recently, but I would say last 3-4 months, you started a blog.
Oh yeah. So again, James and Eula have been essential to that, because one of my hardest things that I found was being able to just produce that myself. And I think it's just easier when you have people that, you have others that can help you out. So coming up with the content, I think oh, should I do this? Should I not? Am I, what will people think of this? So it was great to have the two of them come in and be able to share. It was pushing me, as you see, to do some posts too. So I jump in there every now and then and we'll do some things. But I thought it was a great way for the two of them. I put out a kind of a calling call for volunteers for Cybersecurity Central online. And I did a little kind of video thing. And the two of them both reached out and said they'd love to help and volunteer. And I said, well, what would you like to start? What do you think? And both of them were doing write-ups and things like that already. James is in school. Actually, James just graduated, I think. Right? I think he just finished his BS. But, and Eula is, trying to get into the field as well too. So I thought this would be a great way for them to be able to do that. It'll help also as well kind of build out our site and be able to allow us to provide some additional content. So they've been doing great. I mean, I cannot thank them enough for all the work that they do. We have a Trello board where they all kind of just come in and they drop in their information, what they want to talk about that week. And it's been great. So definitely check that out. They have a lot of good stuff. We put out our posts, but not tons of visibility all the time on that. So if you want to go directly to the site here to cybersecuritycentral.org, and just the menu navigator will be able to take you over to that page. But they do great work. Really do.
I love this. Wow. Yeah. And James helps out Post Gray as well. Great writer,
He does.
great content.
He's awesome. Yeah, we love him. I couldn't do enough. I could not do it all without them for sure. So and that was Michelle down there. She helped in the beginning as well, kind of getting things going. So yeah.
I love that. You guys
I'm
are
excited
growing
about it.
so much. So do you have any big projects that you're working on right now that you can share with us?
Well, I mean, one of them was the resources page. So that's going to be an ongoing, thing that we're doing, is looking to try to be able to put out, as I talked about earlier, those quality resources, things that have been vetted through those that I know or myself. And again, engaging, not just, boring trainings and, really something that can kind of keep you engaged there and going, and stuff that I trust. I feel comfortable recommending to other people. So this is ongoing. Oh, I love this. This is
I'm going to use this for my talk next week.
Stefan oh my gosh, now I can't say it. I always said his name great. Waldvogel. He is a German American now. He lives over here now, but he's from Germany and has a military background. But I mean, like, smart out of this world. He is just amazing. And he built this whole website on his journey into cybersecurity that started probably 2 to 3 years ago. He is now working for a company called Graylog, and open source, a SIEM company. But he really built this out, and I put so much thought and effort into it, and he researches everything. So it's definitely some amazing content that I would definitely go through and recommend to anybody who's looking to get into the industry, or maybe even try to transition within the industry to other areas. He talks a lot about when people are trying to get in and they really keep getting knocked down. Maybe they're applying for SOC jobs and a lot of these roles that a lot of others are going for. And he thinks, think outside of the box. There's a lot of cloud type positions that are still related to security and need those types of things. So just a lot of creativity that I found from him, and very, very insightful. And definitely go back and check out the episode. Jax had him on. Gerald did too. I think the one that him and Gerald might have gotten taken off. I don't know if it was like COVID talk or something on there. And it was, probably couldn't say that. But
this is interesting. Like, you can look at this, like system engineers, there's 410,000 jobs, and you can see what entry-level jobs are going to help you get that. And then like software development, as you can see, there are no entry-level jobs. Networking, there's some there. Finance, there is. Security intel, there's 3. And then IT support. I think but that makes sense, because you need to have like a background and understanding before you can't just jump in. So I think that's really nice. And then you can come over here, and then you can see the different ways. Like if you enter through like software development, networking, you go to cyber crime analysis, you could go up to cyber security analyst, it goes directly across, go pivot down, go pivot around. It's really nice. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. No, Jack just been saying, can you share the screen? Are they not able to see your screen?
Oh, you guys can't see the screen? Oh, nobody can see the screen?
I don't know. I just saw Just Ben say that. I haven't seen it from
Have you guys not seen any of the screens that we've been sharing? Oh my God. I'm going to try to just share a window. Has anybody seen it? I just shared oh my God. Just Ben has said no. Wow. You guys haven't seen any of it?
Oh no.
What the
Okay,
heck?
go back. Just go back real quick. Give them a little glance. We can go. Let's just show them the main ones is going to be, I say, the U.S. Cyber Games. All of this stuff. Actually, this right here, you can just go to my site. You'll be able to see all of that. Can you see this?
You guys still don't see it now?
No. They're not seeing your browser.
Mark's like, but you've been so descriptive. What? This is crazy. I have never had this happen before. That is wild. I have tried window sharing. I tried tire screen sharing. I'll try Chrome tab. Hold on, let me
Mark
see if I
said we've been enjoying your excitement sharing.
Oh my God. You guys are troopers. We still got a lot of people in here for that's hilarious. Can you guys see this? I just did a Chrome tab sharing. Yeah, where's like Kev Tech when I need him?
I know, right? Okay, we need Kev Tech to
Seriously.
drop in real quick. Yeah, he's awesome.
Can you guys see this? I'm sharing like an actual tab. Oh,
they got it. They got it. They got it. Okay,
so I'll have to change out tabs, or I bet you I can do. So this is a Cyber Games, you guys. Cyber Games, and this is the draft event. And I dropped all of these links in there. So, yep, we were just going through all of this to give you kind of a bit.
Show me your mega fans page. Let's get that up there real quick.
Oh, yeah, that is under resources.
Support. I think. Yeah, there you go.
Yep,
mega fans.
Yeah, some mega fans.
There you go. There's all the mega fans. You can go on there, visit everybody, check them out, learn a little bit more about their bios, where to follow them. Definitely go and support these people, though, guys. I mean, they're putting in this time. They are not getting paid for this. This is completely, just something that they're doing because they're passionate about cybersecurity and getting others into it. So we always want people to go follow them out and check them out.
Yeah. Here, let's show this one. You guys should see this one now. This was about cybersecurity awareness. Matt shared this. This was a staysafeonline.org and all of the information and resources that you can get on here. This is pretty fantastic. We dropped these links already. So go check this out, click around, become familiar with it. And then from there we had, where is CISA? Here we go. Let me go back to, I think it was this tab because I only have one tab shared. All right, this is CISA. Definitely check this one out. That's so funny, Jared. Thank you. He's like, we followed through the whole thing, even though they didn't see any of our screen share. So let me ask you guys this. When I was sharing the screen, did we get small at least, or did we stay normal size and we just kept talking, or did we get small and it was just like blank? So weird. Because we can see Kimberly, you can see the screen I'm sharing, right?
I can see the other ones too. Yeah.
So weird. So weird.
It is.
But definitely check this out. What's great about this is if you staysafeonline.org, it's going to take you back to that site. So you've got that as well. Yep. Oh my gosh, George was saying no, we were normal size. So it didn't even.
Interesting. So it wasn't, so the restream was not just picking up that browser at all then?
No, not at all.
It wasn't seeing it.
Yeah, it must be on the restream side then. It has to be. So
Gary said your reactions were priceless. Oh, well, that's great. Well, and if you didn't get to see the pictures, that's okay. I'll post them on social. So just follow me on my social on Twitter and or LinkedIn. I'll have some photos and stuff on there. Really been a fun time. Oh, let me show you the badge too from
oh yeah, let me get off of this. Hold on.
So okay, the theme is Back to the Future, which I love. And there's the can you see it?
Yes, I love that. Yes.
So that's there. And there's a whole little kit, to put it together. Yes. They actually have. And I told my brother, I'm like, how the hell am I going to put this together? I don't know anything about this. So they have a site right there that you can go right to, and it gives you little keys on how to put it all together. I think I've seen a couple people that have them working, operating and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love that.
Pretty cool.
All right. Before we call it, because we've got about 6 minutes, I know you probably have something lined up as soon as you
get the flux capacitor. Here. You got it, Carrie.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you the stage, Kimberly, and kind of let you do some final thoughts with everybody. And then we're going to do a quick wrap. And since you guys can't see my shared screens anyway, I'm just going to do a quick wrap at the end. But hey, stage is all yours. Take it away.
Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate the invite today, Jax. I know we've been close it feels like forever now, but really always great to connect and be able to get on a live stream. I really appreciate all of you for coming today. I cannot thank you enough. Alana, Jared, Mark, Carrie, Allison, George, you guys have all been great, and really appreciate you spending some time, because I know, like we talked about earlier, we are all super busy, and trying to find a piece of time out of our day is very valuable. So I can't thank you enough, and would really just encourage you to go out and use some of these resources that we put out there. Get involved. If you have questions, if you want some help or just some guidance on things, I'm always open to be able to do that. Like I said, I may not be able to respond, next day, but I'll definitely get back with you. And check out the website too, because I think those are some great starting resources that are not too overwhelming, especially the CC favorites, which have things like Jax's and Gerald's shows on there. Really important, I think, to be able to get in there and be able to get an understanding kind of on things on where to go. And then the resources and additional things will come from that. So definitely that would be my recommendation, and, just keep going.
Love that. I love it. I love it. I'm dropping in cybersecuritycentral.org. Before I kick you off, we're going to do what Jerry does, and we're going to talk about next week's show really quick, and then
Perfect.
we're going to wrap it. And I'm going to try to share. I was like, maybe I can do this. Everybody, let me know if you can see this. I'm doing a tab share right now. It's kind of a little wonky looking. It's all right. You'll get the point. Because I don't think you guys saw this when I was initially kicking off, but I wanted to reshare this with you because I think it's going to be a really good live stream. But next week, same place, same time, different link. I dropped the link in the show earlier. You can find it just by checking out my YouTube. But this is going to be an awesome one. I'm going to be working with NICE. I'm going to be going over, and some of the content that I just actually found on Cybersecurity Central, I'm going to be utilizing as part of this talk. And I'm going to be teaching you some tips and tricks on how to break into the industry, career paths, what is an actual entry-level job? What does that look like? What does a college career path look like versus doing a certification? And then I'm going to provide you different free, FREE, resources to help you on your own personal journey. So this is going to be kicking off next week, and I hope you guys can make it. Please share this out with others. I'd love to get a huge collective because I want to be able to help a ton of people break into this industry and just start thriving like Kimberly, like you are. I mean, you're thriving. So
thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Jax. It's been awesome. And I'm going to go to the green room where Gerald is hosting Simply Cyber. So I'm going to go pack my stuff up, run over there and be his little assistant, and look forward to seeing you guys there.
Thanks for making the time to be with us. And please.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, this is like, it was seriously my pleasure. I love you so much. And tell Jerry I said hi. Please send photos and enjoy it.
Yes.
And with that, I'm going to sign us off. Bye, girl.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Take care.